We're in Philip Levine's studio here in Brooklyn. He has been gracious enough to let us see where he works, and it is a good place to be. Now, out of this huge volume to choose from, Lansing McLoskey, this composer from Miami, has, I think, read every word you've ever written, and that made it very difficult for him to choose. He wound up choosing a really early poem, Clouds, which you said was from Red Dust, and part of the reason is because he spent time in Fresno and was really interested in this lack of rain and in his life during that time, and the fact that you have this four-part poem.
When I reread the poem, I can see that the imagery is coming from two places. Three. One is Fresno, with flat-roofed houses. One is Detroit, and the other is Spain. The immense poverty that I saw in Barcelona, because I just come back from living there, and people with cardboard houses. When I came back from living in Spain, I taught a class with a Spaniard in translation of 20th century Hispanic poetry into English. And I had this fabulous student who was a Mexican-American. And he was into all this stuff. And, you know, we'd powwow about this. And the passion that Spaniards have about their poetry, or in this case a Mexican about the poetry, was wonderful to just, he was very young, in his early 20s, but enormously smart. Ernesto Trejo. And we did a book together. And so a lot of it came from that. But reading it the other day, I was struck. I knew immediately who I'd been reading, Paul Celan. One of the things I was aware of is you can't imitate him. But there is a spirit in Celan that I was breathing in, I think. Dawn. First light tearing at the rough tongues of the zinnias, at the leaves of the just born. Today it will rain. On the road, black cars are abandoned, but the clouds ride above, their wisdom intact. They are predictions. They never matter. The jet fighters lift above the flat roofs, black arrowheads trailing their future. When the night comes, small fires go out. Blood runs to the heart and finds it locked. Morning is exhaustion, tranquilizers, gasoline, the screaming of frozen bearings, the failures of will, the TV talking to itself. The clouds go on eating oil. Cigars, housewives, sighing letters, the breath of lies. In their great silent pockets, they carry off all our dead. The clouds collect until there's no sky. A boat slips its moorings and drifts toward the open sea, turning and turning. The moon bends to the canal and bathes her torn lips, and the earth goes on giving off her angers and sighs. And who knows or cares, except these, breathing the first rains, the last rivers running over iron. You cut an apple in two pieces and ate them both. In the rain, the door knocked and you dreamed it. On bad roads, the poor walked under cardboard boxes. The houses are angry because they're watched. A soldier wants to talk with God, but his mouth fills with lost tags. The clouds have seen it all. In the dark, they pass over the graves of the forgotten, and they don't cry or whisper. They should be punished every morning. They should be bitten and boiled like spoons.